Hey, Laura J here from a variety of angles today based on what the hair is doing. And it's relevant to you because I am cooing about a coup. It's not a high coup, it's not a low coup, and it's not a full coup either. Because ultimately, what I would like to help people realize is that what we are doing is actually overtaking the men and women that have stepped into the offices of them to play the role of the bad guys in the world stage game that we are all in based on traits. This being Paula Lishman original, as is this, and these are made of real fur, it being knit woven, which she invented the whole niche around and has been doing it for 50 years and is incredibly skilled in craft and gifted at her craft, and it's so soft. It's just, I don't want to take it off even though it's warm enough to not be necessary inside. I am just staying warm with both, also saying that what we must now do in order to keep ourselves warm is to crawl up close to the hearth of our own heart center. It is time for us to see that the passion in me is what burns and gives me belonging to the Peaceful Inner Warriors United Collective. The Peaceful Inner Warriors United Collective is essentially becoming an egregore, which is a thought form that is separate from what it originally started as, which was a concept. Once an egregore forms, it actually creates its own structural concepts and constructs around it to uphold itself, like scaffolding on the outside of a building. It makes the inside look safe and sound, but is it really? Is it actually as solid as what everyone thinks it is behind the scaffolding? Well, that is precisely what we are going to be unpacking in the Weaving Intentional Interwebs series that takes place Wednesdays live, where we unpack novel information to better understand our his story so that we see how his story has been deemed ours until we contest that claim and make a claim of our own as a man or woman in our highest capacity, which is the private, which is why in the military a private is the lowest entry point position. It is to ensure that people think that being private is actually less than the best position to have in the house. Because if it's private, it's none of your business. And if it is your business, I want to see your license and certificate numbers to prove that you have authority to do what you are claiming to be able to do, which is displace me and my story. My ability to tell my story my way. You interfere with that when you say you get to tell my story for me. That's what a middleman, intercessor, or interceder does for those who cannot do it for themselves, which is what gets people deemed a minor ward or dependent on a system that can then speak for it, for us. For it is one of the pronouns of the he, she, they, them, it, those pronouns reflect a third person whose story is being told for us, which is first person because I'm telling the story, and therefore I'm saying us because it's relational. It's relative to you and I, which is why it's us, both of us. But if I say they, who is that? Other than us who step into the position to play the role of that until we take the role off to go home and live the life that we do the job in order to pay for. Life is a funny thing, this game. It is time for us to see that fame is actually one of the names for Noah's son Shem. Did you know? Did you ever go into the significance of why that's significant as well? Well, if you would like to, I'm going to do a message about the curse of Noah in the tabernacle, where he's drunk on his vineyard, which is figurative for all of those who are pouring their energy into his concept, his lance, his property. That is how he gets drunk off of the fruits of someone else's things, as per the usufruct. For it is only imperfect when abuse is introduced. When it is only just fructus and usus, that's okay. They say perfect in its usufructory ways. Well, usufruct is what a usufruct reflects. And so, with that, I say, I am excited to actually do what is now being done. And I want to invite you to have some fun with me privately in a group experience, because that's what mentorship is. We're coming together in order to learn the real story of Rome as the reality of my existence when I remain the first person in my story telling it for me, and potentially we or us. Because if you can't tell it, and I can, isn't it on me to do? Well, this is where we are going to get stronger together through responsible penmanship. Would you like to master the craft of penmanship? Of actually knowing how to be a man or woman who wields your pen within a ship that would displace you into a position or role if you didn't know the toll that would take and then decline the offer? Well, all of this is what it means to understand the laws of this place. The land, air, water, and space. Learn to take up yours. Learn to hold your own. And when you do, then you can do much more than you could before. So, if you want to go on this journey with me, Wednesdays at 7 is when we gather at present. Thursdays is when I am going to be recording the podcast episodes moving forward, and Fridays are when I'm going to be posting them. I'm excited because I've been trying to get this going, and I need to still make the graphics for it to really complete it, and there's many other things that I need help with. And I've got friends that know how to do these things and could help with if only I could just give them enough to make it worth their time to help me. And many would do it for free, but it's about compensating one another based on the skills that we have to be able to do trades. And the trades really do matter. Trades are how we actually have live, energetic currency between us because we've done business with one another. We get to know one another. We might like or not like one another based on these interactions. And people do business with people they know, like, and trust. So it's very important to know the double entry booking trust system is based on the debts between us, who then pay someone to solve an issue we couldn't deal with or do alone. And so they do it for us, and they take a piece of the pie home to their family because that was what their job was and what they got paid to do that day. And this is how we've got to where we are and why it's necessary now to actually shift it, to do something different. So I look forward to being able to join with more of you on Wednesdays for these deep discussions. December 6th and 7th, there's a Soulstival Hub for Humankind retreat happening at Soul's Path as well that I am looking to go to and get together with those who might want to have some deep, insightful, meaningful conversations while we're already on the same place. When we're already at the same place, at the same venue, then why not get together and have a few roundtable talks where we can put the best on the table, share what we've got, share who we are, what we're working on, what we're not, and then to gain fast results by actually hearing what everybody's been doing to get what they have that we all share, and then each of us can better prepare based on what we've heard the outcome was for another who tried a different thing than what we knew to. And this is how we win this game, truly. So, I am really looking forward to bringing together some round tables. I'm also looking forward to bringing together a summit. I'm looking to also get some retreats. My second book is in process, and that is what all of this is leading to, because there is a pre-launch crew that I am asking you to be part of. And if you'd be willing, I would love to take you on a journey where you get to be the one that is calling the shots in your own life, and you get to do it and share it with people that are also doing amazing things, challenging the norm and setting new standards within their own lives. You'll get to be in good company as you do that in yours. And so I am very much looking forward to having you part of the PIWU community, the collective. PIWU.ca is where you can sign up today in order to be part of this experience. I look forward to sharing it with you. Many thanks. Much love. Laura J. Namaste. Namago.